10. An unverified report says that many podcasters don't make it to episode 10 and beyond. Well, I'm here to tell you, it's time to persevere. Welcome to Challenge Accepted with Jonah C. If this is your first time to the show, thanks so much for joining. As always, thanks to those who continue to come back for more. I appreciate you very much. But wait, there's one more thing. Episode 11, Rising Strong, The Power of Resilience, is also out today as part of a two-part series. I do want to especially thank those who checked in on me during my absence. I hadn't made this public yet, and I don't want to spend too much time on this show talking about me. I needed to take some time off to deal with a neck injury that I'm still dealing with. It was extremely difficult to write content because my whole left upper side was in this crazy nerve pain and numbness. I could only write about 1 to 2 minutes at a time at best. It wasn't until I got an epidural injection straight into my neck to the damaged vertebrae that now I'm able to write more content without having to stop and lie down. The title of these two shows are very fitting for my situation, and I'm sure for so many of you listening right now. So speaking of perseverance, welcome to episode 10. This show is lovingly named The Power of Perseverance, Never Give Up. So what exactly does perseverance mean, and what exactly is it? Perseverance is defined as persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. I'm going to walk us through what you're in store for. A, I'll talk about segments of perseverance. B, I'll talk about some stories of people whom you will hopefully be able to relate to. And C, I'll talk about some practical tips and strategies for cultivating perseverance in your own life and much more. Are you ready to keep driving this show forward with me by persevering? Good. I am too. I'm Jonah. I'm your person. Let's get to it. Once again, welcome to the podcast where we will be exploring the theme of perseverance and how it shapes our lives. As I mentioned just a moment ago, in this episode, we'll discuss the importance of perseverance. I'll share inspiring stories, a little bit different. Normally, most people would share famous people, and I think that there's some relevance in that. But I'm going to share some stories in more hypothetical ways where you can relate more closely to. That's not to say that if you're a great basketball player that you couldn't connect with Michael Jordan's story or any number of famous people. But I want to try something different. So we're going to do that. And so stay tuned for that. I'm also going to share, as I mentioned a moment ago, practical tips on how to cultivate these qualities in your own life. So let's go ahead and break this down into short and sweet segments. Once again, they're not going to be really long because otherwise the show would go on for hours and hours. So I encourage you to, once you've listened to segment 1, 2, and 3, is to do some of your own research to enhance upon your own knowledge. Segment 1, Understanding Perseverance. Perseverance is the steadfast, purposeful, deliberate, relentless pursuit of a goal or vision, despite challenges, obstacles, and setbacks. It is the ability to stay committed and resilient in the face of adversity. Perseverance is not about never failing, but about getting back up every time you fall. Segment 2, The Science of Perseverance. Research has shown that perseverance is a key predictor of success in various areas of life, from academics and career to personal relationships. It is a skill that can be developed and strengthened through practice and mindset shifts. Segment 3, Stories of perseverance. When I first started to write the content for the show, I planned on describing famous people like Michael Jordan, Venus and Serena Williams, Howard Schultz, that's the founder of and CEO of Starbucks, Kobe Bryant, and Indra Novi, who is the CEO of PepsiCo. Yes, these amazing individuals have a compelling story. However, I thought, will most listeners be able to relate? Well, I really don't know. But I pivoted and thought, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to describe a person or persons, one or two that might be famous, and others where the masses will be able to relate to. Let's get to it. Story 1. The Unyielding Runner. Emma was never the fastest runner. In fact, she was usually among the last to cross the finish line in her school races. Despite this, she had a dream: to complete a marathon. Her friends and family doubted her ability, suggesting she set a more achievable goal. But Emma was determined. She started small, running just a mile a day. The first week was grueling, with her legs feeling like lead and her lungs burning. But Emma pushed on. She gradually increased her distance, running through rain, snow, and blistering heat. There were more days when she wanted to quit, but she kept reminding herself of her goal. After a year of relentless training, Emma registered for her first marathon. The race was as tough as she had anticipated, with moments where she felt she couldn't take another step. But as she neared the finish line, a surge of adrenaline pushed her forward. With tears streaming down her face, Emma crossed the finish line, proving to herself and everyone else that perseverance pays off. Story 2. The Relentless Inventor. You'll know this person. Thomas had a mind bursting with ideas, but his inventions rarely worked. He faced constant failure, with each prototype falling short of his vision. His latest project, a more efficient light bulb, seemed no different. Over and over his designs failed, leaving him frustrated and despondent. Despite the setbacks, Thomas refused to give up. He spent countless nights in his workshop, tweaking and testing his designs. He faced ridicule from peers who doubted his abilities, but he kept going, driven by the belief that he was on the brink of a breakthrough. Finally, after over 1,000 attempts, Thomas succeeded. His new light bulb design worked, changing the world forever. Thomas Edison's perseverance and relentless pursuit of innovation remain a testament to the power of never giving up. Story 3. The Determined Student. Maria grew up in a small village with limited access to education. Her parents struggled to make ends meet and couldn't afford to send her to school. But Maria was determined to learn. She borrowed books from neighbors and taught herself to read by candlelight. She faced many challenges, from working in the fields during the day to fending off exhaustion at night. But Maria's thirst for knowledge was unquenchable. She learned quickly and soon outgrew the books available to her. Maria wrote to a distant relative who lived in the city, explaining her situation and asking for help. Impressed by her determination, her relative agreed to sponsor her education. Maria excelled in school, eventually earning a scholarship to a prestigious university. Today, Maria is a renowned scientist, her journey a powerful example of the transformative power of perseverance. We will share more inspiring stories of individuals who have overcome tremendous odds through sheer perseverance. From athletes to entrepreneurs, these stories will demonstrate the transformative power of resilience and determination. Story 4. The Tireless Musician. Liam dreamed of being a professional pianist. He practiced for hours and hours each day, but he faced numerous rejections from music schools and competitions. His friends suggested he pursue a more practical career, but Liam couldn't let go of his passion. He continued to practice diligently, performing at small local events and studying under any mentor who would take him. Despite the rejections, Liam's playing improved. Finally, after years of hard work, he won a regional competition, gaining the attention of a renowned music school. Liam was accepted into the school and his career flourished. He went on to perform at prestigious concert halls around the world. His story, a reminder that perseverance can turn dreams into reality. Story 5. The Indomitable Entrepreneur. Rita started her own tech company right out of college. The first few years were brutal. Her ideas were rejected by investors and she struggled to keep the business afloat. Many of her friends advised her to find a stable job, but Rita was committed to her vision. She worked tirelessly, often sleeping in her office, refining her products, and pitching her ideas to anyone who would listen. Her persistence finally paid off when a major investor saw the potential in her latest project and agreed to fund it. With the new investment, Rita's company grew rapidly. Today, her tech company is a leader in its field, and Rita is celebrated as a pioneering entrepreneur who proved that tenacity is a key to success. Story 6. The Unwavering Scientist. Dr. Ahmed was passionate about finding a cure for a rare disease that had affected his family for generations. His research was met with skepticism from the scientific community, and funding was scarce. Many advised to focus on more mainstream projects, but Dr. Ahmed was determined. He spent years conducting experiments, often using his own money to fund his research. Despite countless setbacks and failed trials, Dr. Ahmed refused to give up. His hard work eventually led to a breakthrough, and he developed a treatment that significantly improved the lives of those affected by the disease. Dr. Ahmed's perseverance not only brought relief to his family, but also earned him recognition and respect in the medical community. Story 7. The Resilient Artist. Sophie loved painting, but her abstract style was not well received by critics or galleries. She faced constant rejection and struggled to make a living. Her family urged her to find a more stable job, but Sophie was determined to succeed as an artist. She continued to paint every day, experimenting with new techniques and materials. She exhibited her work at local fairs and online, gradually building a following. After years of hard work, a prominent gallery took notice of her unique style and offered her a solo expedition. The expedition was a success, and Sophie's paintings began to sell. Today, she is an acclaimed artist, her story a testament to the power of perseverance in the face of adversity. Story 8. The Resolute Athlete. Carlos dreamed of playing professional soccer, but a serious injury during his teenage years derailed his plans. Doctors told him he might not ever play again, but Carlos refused to accept this. He worked tirelessly on his rehabilitation, spending countless hours in physical therapy. His progress was slow, and there were times when he felt like giving up. But Carlos's determination never wavered. He gradually regained his strength and skills, returning to the sport he loved. Carlos eventually made it to a professional soccer team, his journey from injury to triumph inspiring countless others to pursue their dreams despite their setbacks. I want to pause for just a second. That was part of segment 3 and 8 stories within that sharing of stories. My hope is that you were able to take something away, or that you'll be able to take something away, whether these things have happened to you or maybe you know somebody. The goal is for you to be able to take away even just small nuggets from each show, from segments to whatever the case might be, and apply it to your own life. And that way you can overcome the challenges that you're facing, as well as conquering the goals that you are working on. Segment 4. Cultivating perseverance. Now for some practical tips and strategies for cultivating perseverance in your own life. From setting realistic goals to building a support network, there are many ways to enhance your ability to persevere in pursuing your own dreams. Number 1. Goal setting. Clearly define your goals and create a roadmap for achieving them. Remember, starting with the end in mind is a very efficient and practical way of increasing your chances of accomplishing your goals. Number 2, resilience. Develop the ability to bounce back from failures and setbacks. Also, take a listen to episode 11, Rising Strong, The Power of Resilience. That show also came out today. Number 3, self-discipline. Cultivate the discipline to stay focused and motivated, even when faced with challenges. Number 4, positive mindset. Adopt a positive attitude and mindset to overcome obstacles with optimism. Heck, that's what this entire show is about. Remember, you can either go into this with negativity or with a challenge-accepted mindset. Number 5, patience. Understand that success takes time and practice patience in the face of delays or slow progress. Number 6, adaptability. Be willing to adapt and adjust your approach when faced with unexpected circumstances. So many of us can get entrenched and lodged right in our own shoes. You need to be flexible. You need to be vulnerable, not as a punching bag, but to new things. Number 7, perseverance through adversity. Learn to push through difficult times and keep moving forward despite challenges. Number 8, support network. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and can provide support and encouragement. Number 9, continuous learning. Embrace a growth mindset and see failures as opportunities for learning and improvement. I believe that you can take away something positive from every single experience that comes your way. Number 10, celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate your achievements, no matter how small, to stay motivated and focused on your long-term goals. Heck, we've got a show called Baby Steps. Remember, you've got to celebrate the baby steps. The celebrations don't just take place at the end of the finish line or at the end of the chapter. They can take place at any moment and any given time. Remember to celebrate. All right. We're coming to the end of the show here real soon, but I want to share with you 10 common myths about perseverance. Number 1, perseverance always leads to success. Number 2, perseverance means never giving up on anything. Number 3, perseverance is a trait that you either have or you don't have. Number 4, perseverance guarantees quick results. Number 5, perseverance means ignoring feedback and advice from others. Number 6, perseverance requires working harder, not smarter. Number 7, perseverance is about pushing through at all costs, even if it's harmful. Number 8, perseverance is only important in big goals, not everyday tasks. Number 9, perseverance is solely an individual effort without needing support from others. And number 10, perseverance will make you successful overnight. The reason why I wanted to share these 10 common myths about perseverance is because it's not about perfection. It's not about finally coming to the end of your rope and saying, okay, I need to move on to something else. It's not about those things. It is about continuing to move on, staying resilient, not giving up when it's appropriate, and knowing that you can do this. As we wrap up these segments and practical tips, remember that perseverance is not about being perfect, but about being persistent. It's also not about being perfect. It's about landing somewhere between good and great. By embracing challenges, choosing the challenge-accepted mindset as opportunities for growth and staying focused on your vision, you can achieve great things. So keep pushing forward, stay resilient, and never underestimate the power of perseverance. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the theme of perseverance. Stay tuned for more episodes exploring the qualities that shape our lives. Also, as I mentioned before, episode 11, Rising Strong, The Power of Resilience, is out today as well, and is part 2 of this 2-part series. Be sure to listen to it. I also welcome feedback, successes, and your own stories. You can send me private messages through Facebook and Instagram, and I welcome all the feedback I can get. Well, here we are at the end of the show. If or when you're faced with adversity, when you want more, when you're faced with so many options, when the goal or challenge feels or is so monumental, how will you persevere? Will you follow this plan? Your plan? Any plan? What will you choose? What will you decide? Will you use all of your resources, your strength, your power, your grit, your gifts, your passion? Or will you crumble under pressure? Will you cave to the naysayers? Will you choose negativity? Will you choose not to use all of this to get over the hump? Or will you say, challenge accepted? I've got this. I want this. I will persevere. I've done it before. I will do it again. My message to you, my friend, is this. You've got this. I believe in you. Now believe in yourself and make it happen. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming back. Have an amazing week.